How's it going, everyone? And welcome back to CyberDemon Gaming. My name is Matt, and I have a guest with me once again.
Hello, it's Ishtar.
And we are once again playing I Love You, Colonel Sanders, the KFC dating sim.
For the record, yes, he has massive amounts of blackmail that he's using to get me to voice this for him.
What was the alternate title that you gave this game?
Weird chicken fetish game.
Yeah, that's a good.
It is accurate.
It's accurate. So, when we last left off, we were in the middle of making a choice. We just shattered our hand in a stand mixer.
Like an idiot.
And Ashley is feeding Colonel Sanders, who we have come to find out is a ginormous prick.
Pompous and preachy.
Some of her dessert. So we have a choice. We can internalize the rage, or put ourselves between Colonel Sanders and Ashley.
My vote is that you have already humiliated the shit out of yourself today. Let's not make a bigger deal about it and just internalize the rage. You can curb stomp her later.
Alright, so I'm gonna flip a coin. Heads is internalize the rage. Tails is put ourselves between Colonel Sanders and Ashley.
Oh, this is not gonna go well.
That's tails.
Gosh.
Ishtar can verify that it was tails.
I verify nothing, because I don't like that coin flip.
What, you want to do best 2 out of 3?
Yeah, but I'm gonna do it on my coin flipper.
Okay. Because yours is so much better.
It is better.
That's
God damn it!
Tails.
Tails.
So you had help in this choice.
Oh.
You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off of his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. Oof.
Told you!
This goatee isn't just a fashion statement. It's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. Ew.
So gross. Oh!
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 Game over. I guess we try that again.
Do you have to start from the beginning?
I hope not.
Oh, you have to just start the entire thing over again.
Alright, let's see if we can do this the right way.
Yeah, go for it. Do you really want me to reread this?
No, we're gonna skip through this.
He likes your gumption. Step up and tell him you're on.
Okay. This is...
See? He
He
farted
farted hearts again! Alright, I'll be watching your performance. Just as boiling point. Alright. Finally a little sense. Breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Timer ready! Alright. I'm not doing the Aru again.
Oh,
Nope.
it's so cute!
Nope. We're skipping through this.
Alright.
Alright, Little Miss Thick. Think fast, timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. So it was 100 Celsius. That's right. Rub belly. You're going to need seasons. It was 11. That's right. But at least you're headed in the right direction.
Wag, wag,
Wag,
wag.
wag, wag, wag. I'm sorry. Vag, vag, vag. Now that you got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. It was gratitude. That's right. Rooting for you. Use space if you want to survive. Okay, so this is the home one.
Yes, small town.
Small town where dreams are big, born big. Not doing it again. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking.
Silence.
Silence. That's right. When they taste your cooking, they will be so taken with it that they'll be unable to speak. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. Shit, this is where it starts going completely wrong. Believe in you, Madamus. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you and makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders and the goddamn horse. How many spoonfuls of gravies? None of those were actual answers!
No. Get your mind back in the competition.
Grr. Stranded on a desert island with one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? Pot pie power pinch.
I don't think it's a pinch he wants to do. I think it's a pot pie power grope.
Or pot pie power pump.
That too.
Focusing on the challenge, you're falling behind. Something about a gondola. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? You really struggle to keep up. Ashley's plating. Biscuit dough into the stand mixer. Yikes. Porn for the robot. Easy way, hard way. Madamus, no! God, that crunching sound. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. Alright, stop what you're doing, battle is over. Ashley putting on the charm. We should start calling her Miss Thick.
Clearly. This time, can we internalize the rage?
Yeah, we're gonna internalize the rage.
Thank you.
Inside. That does look good.
It is really impressive.
Internalize the rage. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. Wow. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Well, seeing as the semester is only one more day, I don't think it'll mind that much.
That's what an eyebrow pencil is for. He'll be fine.
Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. I'm not going to be alone for much longer, am I?
Probably not.
The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married.
There will be 50 babies and a lot of chickens.
She does have birthing hips.
Yeah, not wrong.
And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. This is part of how I figured out I was playing a girl.
Yeah.
The over-emotional teen thing is a bit much.
Yeah.
Were you ever like this as a teen?
God, you don't want to know.
I just asked.
Move on.
That's alright, I'll ask your sister.
Shut up.
You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire that came out of nowhere on your face. We should get that checked out. Look at his face.
He is horrified.
Well, that's because I probably look like a Klingon now.
You look like a lot of things.
I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. There's a lot of wordplay in there.
Just a little bit.
I thought it would be, this girl wants him to fill her fryer.
Move on.
Move on? Okay. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated,
Arrogant, pompous.
a little bit of full of myself.
God damn, he could give lessons to Antoine.
Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way.
Probably with a little goatee.
Remember, he was in the army at 3, according to Miriam.
Apparently.
But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician.
Okay. Just keep going.
I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer.
No, I could see that.
Yeah. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. Unfortunately, I still look like a Klingon with a burnt face and no eyebrows and a broken fucking hand that we are not going to the emergency room for. I don't think a hug is a good idea. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. Not amount of hours, or no amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. Or catching them all. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him. A burning passion. If his eyes catch fire, I swear to God. That doesn't look like a burning passion. That looks like uncomfortable stomach pain.
Or like he's seeing something he really didn't want to see. Maybe Van flashed him.
I don't think anybody wants to see that. His hairdo, can you imagine what his downstairs area looks like?
Thanks for that image I didn't need.
It's probably like 3 stars across the...
Oh my god.
No, it's 5 stars because he wants to be a 5-star
5 stars. It's 5 little stars. Over something that's color. About 2 inches.
No, and it's dyed gold.
I'm going.
One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds.
Yay!
Pop out of nowhere. Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence.
Oh.
Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the spork monster! Porco? Oh, I did that wrong.
Yeah.
That was me.
That was his name.
Sorry. Borko? It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder.
You made the spork monster cry.
I want to know how he can look over his shoulder.
He just turns around. He flies.
That's not looking over your shoulder.
He just turns around.
But your shoulder, you gotta turn your head.
He doesn't have shoulders. Stop being speciest. He turns around. Moving on.
Speciest?
Yeah, you're being speciest.
Monster problems. Am I right? Oh god, he thinks I'm a monster. Oh, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I'm gonna start that over.
Probably.
Oh, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. we did kind of attack right away.
Yeah,
But it was a turn-based battle thing.
it was.
Okay. I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. He's
Got a
drooling-
backstory.
He's got a backstory, and he's drooling gravy.
Don't judge.
He's got 5 eyes
He has sporks for arms.
and feet.
Don't judge him.
I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no. I was a golden retriever. But I was still a student. Until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me. And I was forever transformed. So yeah, apparently dogs in this universe can talk.
Sentient species.
A magic spellbook. Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way, I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there.
Especially if you have dog biscuits. Yeah.
Well, you don't know if he eats dog biscuits. He's a spork monster now. Apparently he eats human flesh.
Well, he was originally a golden retriever, so I bet he still responds to dog biscuits.
He can't eat the dog biscuits with the spork teeth that he has.
He could suck on them.
Ew.
They crumble.
Ew.
Like cookies.
Yuck.
Don't ask.
It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Madams, together, I'm sure we can defeat them. He looks a little perturbed.
Yeah. Mm.
Come back to my hideaway, and we can discuss. A personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Bow chicka wow wow.
Yay!
Shut up. Nice digs, except for the giant stuffed cock. And the urn.
He really did have a beard at 3. Look at that.
Oh my
Look at that.
God.
He had a beard at 3.
And glasses.
Yep.
Alright. He's got like a lakeside view. This is a nice place.
Yeah, nice cabin.
Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. Don't worry, you're gonna feel a special bond with him later.
He's got the handcuffs under the bed.
What makes you think they're under the bed?
He's got to lure you in first.
I think Colonel Sanders is the type of person who just has all this stuff on the bed waiting for you, and you just have no power to not do it.
So a lot like last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure, if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I still have a broken fucking hand!
Priorities.
You can't be on all fours if you only got 3.
I mean, that's a good point, but what makes you think he'll be on all 4s?
He seems like the person likes to be behind something.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that the hands can't be behind the back and just be up on the knees. Everything is just right there.
I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what your dish might be describing. Or what dish you might be... Could do that over. Shut up.
I didn't say anything.
No, it's the look. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy, or something crispy. Both, perhaps.
Coleslaw.
It's coleslaw.
Yep.
Yeah. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret, just for you? We are in deep into his home.
You might as well just reveal it,
Just
because you're
reveal
going to be revealing everything to this man.
You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag with your broken hand for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. I will admit KFC has some delicious coleslaw.
I don't like coleslaw.
You can be wrong. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw that has been in your backpack all fucking day. I don't care if it's on ice. You have other things in your backpack, you disgusting people. It's gross. Until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You are a perv.
He's also a thief.
Yeah. Well, we did kind of just tell him.
No, but he just obviously later on he takes your coleslaw recipe and adds it to his chain of chicken restaurants.
Or you give it to him willingly because you two got married.
Point. Guess we'll find out.
You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off if he ends up being the main bad guy.
What a twist!
I know!
You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Not as a good time to do some snooping. You know what it is still a perfect time for? Going to get your hand fixed. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on the item to discover more about the Colonel. Oh god.
Here I was worried that it would be something like his underwear drawer or something. What are we starting with?
Well, we have the giant cock.
Start there.
We have... I'm going to announce what we have. Calm yourselves.
No!
Thirsty. We have the lakeside view. I believe that is a comb.
Looks like a comb.
There's a candle.
Probably smells like gravy.
All of the 4 pictures, one you can't really see.
I think that's a safe.
Oh, safe. Okay.
We'll do that one last.
Alright, and an urn. So you want the cock.
Start there. Work your way from right to left.
Don't you mean back and forth?
No, from right to left.
Well, you're working on the cock.
You're gonna get this demonetized.
You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. Ew. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky."
So next would be the lake view.
Alright. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of student, didn't even give him a name, pops up.
Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death?
No, probably not. Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? Damn, that's cold.
Harsh. I could just tell you my name right now. It's...
Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window and crack. You open the window a crack, and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze.
That is so mean.
That's so fun. Alright, so a comb. If we take a piece of his hair, I swear.
Ew.
Oh no! A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver!
That is an expensive wig.
Take the spun silver! What are you doing? If it comes out of his head, he's got enough of it.
It's not actually worth all that much.
I don't care. It's still cool. All right, so you're guessing that. So I got the comb right. You're guessing the candle smells like gravy. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69. No. It's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's... Oh, the door opened.
Dun dun dun.
Alright, so...
Urn.
You take a closer look at the large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of all my past careers and business failures."
Wow.
That's... I want to say that's deep, but that's... He is driven. Poor guy.
Picture frames.
Is that Clark Kent?
Looks like it.
That's an older version of Colonel Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
One of the frame photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. What?
No, they don't.
No, they don't. You look closely and see there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Tap on an item. Okay, so the camel. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. Baby Sanders. Born with the goatee and the mustache. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? Alright, so you think this is a safe?
Yes.
This must be where he keeps a secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important, Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? No, it cannot. The sashimi style is raw. You can't eat raw chicken. Oh, the only thing left is the door. I don't see anything else sparkling.
Nope.
You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you because you're a small teenage girl, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in its scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual, until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. I don't think he's the final boss. I think he's looking for someone to pass down. I think he's not the original Colonel Sanders. Like, you get the tie and it turns you into Colonel Sanders or something.
Uh-huh.
Oh crap! The jacket! You forgot to take it off. Oh god.
I would tell him that I'm cold. Because there's always the possibility that if you tell the guy that you're cold, he'll cuddle up to you.
You decide that now is your moment to make a big move. When he has food in his hands, and yours is still broken! Tell him you're cold, because there's a chance, as you said, he'll cuddle up. Or let me keep it. Or you fess up and tell the truth that you were snooping.
Tell him you're cold.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. I just got a little cold and thought this might warm me up. Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. It's warm by the fire. Why don't you come a little closer? You can almost hear the wink.
You can almost hear the bow chicka bow wow starting in the background.
Yeah. Suddenly, everything feels like it's moving too fast. Oh, don't worry, he's gonna stuff your chicken soon. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're going to cook. I should be home studying. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Madamus? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. Because they can't rip off Casablanca completely.
Yeah.
I think you're right. We should take things slow. I'll introduce you to the handcuffs and crop later. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Wake up handcuffed to the bed. Dream sequence! I love that the ghost is still there. You awake. It's the weirdest fucking dream. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is the day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient that you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how would they know?
Good question.
That's a damn good ingredient if it's legal. Maybe it's the same stuff that Miriam brought over the border that she wasn't supposed to.
I think that was a different kind of spice.
Oh. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. You know, from the wall that he was watching you from sleep all night. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. They're going to show us KFC food again, aren't they?
Probably.
Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up.
Chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles?
That's my guess.
Nope. It's meticulous. It is a drumstick and 2 buttery biscuits. KFC is closed right now, damn it. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So he just stood there and watched your eyes glaze over as you ate, just staring at you?
Basically.
So he's a pompous creeper.
Yeah.
So, would you say that we're a perfect match? How presumptuous! Haven't you been wanting this since the beginning?
Uh-huh.
My cuisine and your taste buds, that is.
Flatter him.
Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Take him down a peg just seems mean.
Flatter him.
Flatter him? Alright.
This man can't handle a poke to the ego. And he farted hearts, so...
Did the right thing.
Yep.
You know, I think we might make a great team. Look at this!
This man is emotional, too.
A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. and with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. That's how he gets the coleslaw recipe.
And the potatoes.
And the potatoes. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. Except for you guys, because that's all the time we have for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are enjoying this ridiculous game. I think we have called many things, but I don't think we're going to get any of them right, aside from the fact that Colonel Sanders is a creepy perv.
Yeah.
So, if you like this, I hope you join us for the next episode. My name is Matt for CyberDemon Gaming, and I've been joined by
Ishtar!
And we hope to see you in the next video.